What's up, everybody? This review, we're going to be taking a look at the 50-year anniversary for Wolverine. We have the 2-pack with him and Lilandra, who is a very highly anticipated and wanted figure. But here you have Wolverine in his brood look. You got the clear packaging. You got Lilandra with her accessories, the staff and the alternate hands. You got brood Wolverine on one side of the packaging. You've got the cover that brood Wolverine comes from, which always stood out whenever you found it. This is what it actually looked like down here. It just, something about it. I think it's the colors, maybe the look. It just looks crazy. Got a little bit of a bio. Got him on the other side. You got them in the front again. Now let's get them open and check them out. So here we have Brood Wolverine and Lilandra outside of the packaging, and they look pretty good. This Wolverine is pretty distinct and known for like that one cover and part of the book, but as far as anything else, like I really have no need for it. It's kind of creepy. Yeah, I'd probably going in a bin. Lilandra is the one that I very much wanted and needed. Um, Wolverine, they don't come with much for either of them. Wolverine just comes with these fists for both hands. Lilandra comes with like a chopping hand. Maybe she's giving orders or something like that. And then a closed fist. And she comes with two slightly open hands. One for the staff, I guess, so the staff can be held in both hands. But yeah, they don't really come with much. So for Wolverine, I mean, the head sculpt is pretty cool. This jaw is articulated. And then, I mean, just doesn't got really much going on. This is just a brown suit Wolverine. So, I mean, you've got really nice head sculpt detail in there. Looks pretty creepy. Accomplished that. You got nice little like ridges and grooves in the mask and the eyes. Look pretty cool. That gum, maybe it's the brood gum line that's coming out. That's like killer. I don't know. But you got the brown suit, nice brown suit. Looks like it's gonna be nice height. Maybe your standard brown suit body or new Wolverine body. You've got the brood kind of taking over his skin. Nice ridges. This gray with like a weird, I don't want to say concrete, but a weird texture and look paint to it. So it looks pretty nice. You got gray underneath the arms. I like these hands right here a lot. They kind of remind me of like the Toy Biz Brown Suit Wolverine back in the day. Kind of had hand sculpts like that. Really nice. But these claws remind me more like the X-Men 97 version versus some of the other Wolverines that have been coming out. Got a nice red belt with the silver. Then you get the orangish and brown. The boots look good. All the details look like they went to the arm. And the head sculpt is just still crazy. So for articulation, his head goes down about that far. You can look up about that far, just the ball hinge, which is nice. Looks up pretty far. Butterfly joints. T-pose, arm comes up about that far, not bad. Upper bicep cut. You have double jointed elbows that you don't get too much range out of because of the sculpt of the bicep. Peg and hinge for the hand. You got ab crunch, cut at the waist. Leg goes pretty far forward. Goes back to about neutral. Upper thigh cut. Double jointed pin knees that bend pretty far. Hinge and pivot for the ankle and foot to give you some pretty awesome articulation so that you can hit all the poses you need. Yeah, something crazy like that. because I'm pretty sure he's in agony. Pretty cool. So one thing I think I forgot to mention on this guy is the paint. So we'll try to get a little bit closer here on him. You see his upper thigh? It's like a shiny orangish brown. You've got here. This is like a really like a dull like matte. It looks kind of strange, more like orangey. Here you've got an even another different kind of orange. I hope the camera's picking it up so you can see how different they are. They're basically like three different versions. Now this one is like orange on top of the brown paint, so it's all molded in brown, and then this is just thrown on top. It kind of helps in the rib area a little bit because you can see it almost looks like a wash in there, but it's really because the paint didn't get in there though. And then the browns are like this weird muted brown. I guess because they put it on top of that gray, I'm assuming. So pretty crazy. So for comparison, we have another brown suit Wolverine. I believe this is the one from the um, House of X type wave, like a newer version of the brown suit. You can tell in the claws they're different styles. So he's got this long rectangle with the comes down to like a hook almost, and this Brood version has like the X-Men '97 ones, which are kind of rounded, kind of like this guy. So we'll throw him in there. So '97 Wolverine looks to be the tallest out of them. Similar claws. This similar sculpt all the way around. This guy just looks a little bit taller. I'm pretty sure it's probably just the head sculpt for the '97 that makes him look a little bit bigger. But as far as the brown suit goes, they're pretty much the same. Even this one has a different color for the upper thigh. It looks like a little shinier than this part, but the upper torso is done a lot better than this one here, the Brood one. I guess it could look a little messy because he's kind of warped and looking pretty wild. So you're just kind of like, it kind of lends itself in a way. But the upper thigh is a little weird, being shiny like that. That's just, it really draws your eye to it. But the browns on these two are different. This one is just a little bit light of a red, like a reddish brown. But I do believe my other brown suit Wolverine is a little bit darker. I'm just pretty sure he's lost somewhere in there with all the other Wolverines somewhere. But yeah, the browns are just a little bit different. Other than that, pretty much the same. The belts are the same, except for being painted gold here on the buckle. That one being silver. So pretty cool. So up next we have Lilandra, the whole reason for getting this set. The Wolverine is pretty cool and a nice nod to that cover. It's pretty wild when you see it. Of course, that cover just stands out. You got that whole storyline. But Lilandra is the key, the main one. We've been wanting a Lilandra for a while and needing one. They gave us a head sculpt that I believe came with like Mystique that everybody kind of kit bashed and threw it on the Silver Sable body and just kind of did their own thing trying to make their own Lilandra. So it's a good thing they finally gave us one. I'm really glad about that. So here she is. You got the nice headpiece, the head here. I wish I could find my other one that came with the Mystique. Just for a really nice comparison, but this it looks really nice. So you've got this armor. Looks a nice silver, nice grooves in there, molded in there. Nice face sculpt. So that's pretty cool. Looks really good. The eyes, the tattoos, or that lining in there looks really cool, really nice. You got the nice little brooch. You got the cape, which is nicely sculpted. I kind of wish it would have been a soft goods type. Probably gonna have to remedy that, just because I don't want her to be hindered. She doesn't do much. She's always seen with that cape kind of covering that arm, like we got right here. The grooves here in the chest and the abs are sculpted in there, which is really nice. Sculpted here in the belt, the waist area, The legs have nice texturing you can see in there. The armor is a really nice silver sculpted parts in there. She looks really awesome. I really like this. So Lilandra comes with the palm hand, little knife hand, and a closed fist. We won't throw that on. Don't really have a need for it. The other hand is another open hand. I'll leave that there. It's blocked by her cape anyways. And this one will come off also because, to be honest, that she's known for kind of having that staff. When you take the hands off, this wrist gauntlet also slides off. It's not sculpted on there. It's just an extra piece. Then you just peg the hand in and that keeps it pretty secure. We'll give her staff back. And she's awesome. I mean, I'm glad we got her. I'm a huge X-Men fan. So I'm glad to, I love the Shiar. I love a Gladiator. And then having them together is just going to be really cool. Hope we get our brother, her sister, Deathbird, or maybe Dekin. Have those guys in there. It'd be really cool. So for articulation, her head goes down. You can't really see the joints in there. I think it's just a double ball peg. There's no hinge in there. But the way that the helmet is done, it comes down so it actually kind of hides everything in there, which is really nice. The head comes down about that far, so not far at all, and it goes up that far. So not that great either, but still pretty nice. It does tilt a little to the sides, which I like. Turn to the side. T-pose, I'm going to go out that far. Upper bicep cut, double jointed, pinless. Elbows that actually bend really far in. You got the hinge and the peg gives you the rotation. Now for this arm, it's hindered by the cape. So it doesn't really come out at all. But you can maybe shift it a little bit. You can get it forward, turn it, and everything like that. You just can't get much of a T. It won't go out to the side. You got the diaphragm cut that lets her rotate. She goes forward, not far at all, like barely, but she comes back quite a bit. That's pretty good. Her leg goes forward about this far. Upper thigh cut. Double jointed pinless knees that bend pretty far. Hinge and rotation for the ankle and foot. So for a comparison, I figured we'd throw Miss Marvel in there. So Lilandra doesn't have butterfly joints. Miss Marvel does, but she's wearing armor, and she's got the cape that's going to hinder her anyways. But Miss Marvel has the diaphragm cut and the ab crunch versus Lilandra just has the diaphragm cut. Miss Marvel has the nice pinless joints, so does Lilandra. So Miss Marvel just has a little bit more articulation, but they both look really, really good. So height wise, probably about the same height, except for Lilandra has the helmet on. So here we've got her next to the leader of her Imperial Guard. We got Gladiator, and you can see they got a nice size comparison difference going between them. This is the San Diego Comic-Con version, so he is the shiny blue with the gold trim. And they look great together. I can't wait to get more of that Imperial Guard. Going to be pretty awesome. And then we got to throw her next to her love, Professor X. Which I got him in that little hover effect. She's kind of more seen like that, looking at him. Which that looks great. Pretty cool seeing them together, you know? So overall, the set is, I'd say, just okay. It would be higher, except for I don't really care for the Wolverine so much. It's a nice little nod and homage to that cover. But other than that, I have no use for it, really. I don't see just displaying it like that or doing much with it. Lilandra was the key for me and very essential. So that's why it's good. I love this figure. It looks awesome, and I can't wait to get some more of the Imperial Guard or Shiar, you know, Shiar characters. So very cool to finally get her. She's done really nicely. I think possibly could have added some extra joints in there if they wanted to, but I think everything was done for like the sculpting. I mean, I don't know if they'll ever use this chest piece again. So I mean, she looks really awesome. So I do like the set. Just mostly got it for her. So I don't know. I hope you guys saw enough of it. You can make up your mind. Uh, I don't know what she goes for, or if paying for her by herself, you might as well get a Wolverine brood out of it. I guess if she costs that much on eBay, I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure what she's going for as a single figure. But if that price gets up there, you might as well just get a set. You know what I mean? But I actually picked up the set off of Big Bad, and it was damaged, so got a little bit of slight discount. Not much, but something is something, especially when you only want one of those figures. So yeah, that's it for this review. And again, I hope you saw what you needed to see, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Later.